Okay. There are some key things that we need to do not trade in under these conditions. All right. So I'm just going to write this in here. Turn this. Yep. 16, 20, whatever. Okay. Tired. Don't trade when you're tired. Distracted. Kids running around your feet. If you've got kids, your wife yelling at you. You know. Trying to cook dinner, unless you're at my level, because so here's a difference. Okay, if you're trying to do something and trade and you're not fully focused on it, don't do it. But if you use something else to stop yourself from looking, if you're already in a trade and you're comfortable with what your entry exit management criteria are, and for you to walk away and do something else, then yes, okay, you can certainly do it. Okay. So never trade tired, distracted. The next one is, what do you reckon?
Drunk.
Okay. Don't drink and trade. I've said that all through my videos. Okay, because you get a false sense of confidence. Everybody's heard of a couple of beers is a glass of confidence. Yes. And you're probably not thinking straight, so don't trade when you're drunk. Okay. What's the next one? Tired, distracted, drunk. What others would be there? Yeah, I think that might be it. Okay. All right. So you have to have a level of focus of what's going on. Now let's go back to just ourselves distracting ourselves. Okay. And I was talking to some of the guys, and this is actually turning out to be, a nice little plan of what you can do. I'm just going to go all the way up here to today. Here we go. Okay. Let's say that we now long. Okay. Let me just do some, can I just make that full screen? Okay. Let me just do the analysis for you. Okay. You've got your SR levels in there. That's really good. You've got this major trend line in here. One trend line that you may have missed out in here is this is coming down. Okay. All right. So we're really coming down into that what is it? 1,000 period MA.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is awesome.
That is. So I called that about a couple of days ago that we were going to come back down into here. Okay. So this would be a nice buy. We've got a double bottom, a little bit of divergence or something like that. Here's a 50. Okay, we haven't broken the recent highs here. But if you wanted to go long there, okay, fine. All right, let's just do this play in here. So we're going to go long. Where is it? Here we go, long trade. Let's say we've gone long there. We're looking for a retest back up in here. We've got our stop at below these lows, so we've got some room for it to go. Okay, so I'm in long there. I'm going to now place an alert here. Actually, I'm going to place an alert here. Okay, trade alert. Bang. Right there. So what's that trade alert going to tell me what to do? Okay. I'm going to, if price gets to this level, if price comes up here, goes like that. Whoops. Let me just move this out of the way. If price, sorry, goes feed. Price comes up to here, okay, pulls back, comes up to about here, let's say, because we've got this 200 period moving average coming in, and we usually get a reaction there, okay. If price gets to that, which I put an alert, I'm going to take an action, okay. That is move, stop to BE. Done. Okay, so I know what I'm going to do at that level. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So therefore, we'll put that back there. That's on top of it, but anyway. And I'm going to now put another one in here so that if price comes down to here, Whoops, let me just do that. Price comes to here. Okay. I might want to consider, I'll make a new assessment because we're coming down into this zone in here, that I might want to just kill the trade altogether, okay? But now I've got an alert in there, 2 alerts for what I'm going to do, okay? Kill trade, possibly, okay? Okay, so I've got 2 actions of what I'm going to do if any of these get broken. Now, what I do is walk away so I don't look at it and don't think about it. Okay, because the one thing that's going to happen to what happens to most traders, and this happens to Pete a lot, it's happened to me 1,000 times. It's happened to me. You sit there and you stare at it, okay, that little devil in your head is going to start trying to make you convince yourself why you shouldn't be in it, because then that little devil comes in. You go, oh, I'm going to bring the target down here. Oh, I'm just going to take the little win. And you come out for 10 pips here, and then all of a sudden you find that it did actually run all the way up there, and you've missed out on that risk to reward.
Yeah.
Does it make sense?
I've got an example today.
All right. Can you show me the example that you're talking about? What you've done?
Yeah.
Just delete all of that if you want to.
It was this one.
Yeah. Yep. That's a classic example of that. You've gone and exited because you've exited. Let me ask you a question. Can we just zoom in a little bit more so that you can see on the screen? Yep, that's better. So you've come out here, have you? Sorry, right there. Have you come out right there?
Actually, this was. Actually, this is not a great example, but I think this was. I didn't have a clear signal to get out.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to look for it, Richard. I don't think this was the example
Okay.
I was looking for. But I have been through the exact same scenario.
We know what we're talking about. Okay, we're singing from the same hymn book, right?
Yep.
So what I encourage you to do is do what I've done, okay, and so that you're not overthinking it. I mean, you do have to keep an eye on it for the next trade and things like that, but what I'm trying to do is get you to avoid making behavioral errors by putting conditional logic onto your chart. Okay?
Yeah.
And the conditional logic in this example, for if anybody doesn't quite understand what I mean by conditional logic, it's like computer code. If you take computer code and you run it, if price hits this level, I do that. If price hits that level, I do that. Yep, that's conditional. If statements. Yep.
Yeah.
So, and it's probably it's a better way for to manage yourself a little bit better. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. So, what are you going to show me, man? These your trades?
So the first one is that I took that as a SR, thinking it would go back up.
You were already, I mean, that's a double top, of course, right?
Yeah.
And you were pre-planned that you only wanted to take that double top to the number 1 level.
No, I haven't taken that trade, Richard.
You didn't take it?
I just visit later.
Okay, so you want to print, you want to make a collection of these ones.
Yeah.
Take a print screenshot of that and then put it into your folders. Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody should have a number of folders on their computer with brilliant, good-looking examples of great trades, so that you can just, when you do your routine before you start trading, you can just go through them one by one, so you can recognize what they look like. And it also gives you encouragement to be patient and just wait for it. Yeah. because some people will try and trade, they'll force trades, and nothing's actually happening. That's 27 points up there. Okay, so this, when you typically, is this SR, this actual proper SR in here?
It is, yeah.
Okay, so if you're going to take a trade, take it right on the SR. Yep. When it comes into it, it feels really wrong to do it, but come in and trade. There's your entry on this, should be here. Okay, over here. That's where it should be. Okay, obviously with the stop much further down. Okay, when you're counter trend trading something this aggressive, I mean we've gone from 960 to 860. That's a 100-point move. Okay, this is short. Really avoid counter trend trading. If we're going to trade, if you're going to counter trend trade off support resistance, you've got to be right on the money, or you've got to wait for a reversal signal. Okay, and because that's so aggressive to the downside, right, you should be going with the trend, not against it. Okay, just take a smaller clip out of it, 10, 15 points. Okay, because what you're asking this to do, which will never ever ever in the history of the world will ever happen, this coming in here, you're asking for it to go all the way straight back up. That will never happen. And think about the reasoning for it. You've got a sell signal here as a double top, right? You've got every trader on the planet piling in short, right? And they're all waiting for pullbacks to keep shorting. Yep. So, okay, write this rule down. If you've got a big leg, 50 to 100 points, you've got to go with it. Or your initial move should be going with it instead of against it, okay? Now, you can go, this is a breakout to the upside. Yes, absolutely, because we've got divergence in here. Look at the divergence. It's brutal. Yep. And it wants to go back to the VWAP. So you've got the trend line here correctly. That's perfect, right? That's a long in there, okay? This short, you've gone for a breakout, okay? So the next thing is stop trading breakouts, okay? Always trade the pullback. Yep, because then that would be a break even, okay? Okay. So have you written those points down?
I have,
Good. All right. So then your next trade, and I'm not sure whether you're still up. You should have still been up. Is that one? Okay. Your trade there, and you've got to have big kahunas for this, right? And this is how I do it. Is that you put a limit order, or if you're going to do market order, you wait for it to go and touch it, and then you trade it. Bam, right there. Okay. Have that nice and reasonably close, not too close because it might whip around it. But look at all of that. Okay. You've waited too long for this one as well.
Yeah, I realised that.
And your trade's back here.
That was it. I saw the divergence at the bottom.
Correct. So I mean the big clue here. And I love it how you've got all of your stuff looking exactly the same as mine, right? This big boy, all right? Okay, that's whenever we come back into this area, right on top of it, because if we now pull a Fibonacci on that, that'll be the 50%.
50%,
Yep, look at it, to the tick. Yep. All right, so we just got to get you thinking right, okay? Big moves from the top. Where are we? We're here at the top. We're up. SR is up here. It wants to go to the SR down there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. Well, obviously it didn't get that far, but we want to go with it, okay? Because and then if we want to counter, we have to. If you want to counter straight away because of SR, we need to be right on the dot. Don't wait too late because everyone's still wanting to short it. You've got to wait for a reversal pattern. Okay, then take it long. Okay, Never.
I sort of waited long there for the one candle just to get a confirmation that it would
No,
make
no,
it in.
no,
Yeah.
no, absolutely not. Okay,
Okay.
because that don't wait for confirmation if you're going to counter trend something that vicious, right?
Okay.
Because everybody, if we take this here, that there, they're all wanting to sell the 236.
Yep.
Yep. So you're already too late. This is the sell zones here, 382 and 236, right? It's good. After that, something that vicious is going to bounce at the 236 back down.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
there are billions of sellers right sitting right here. Okay, if it does come down and then come back up to here, it's obviously moved a little bit further, right? Since, so we've got to adjust the Fibonacci, and then it's
Yep.
looking for that, right? It did have a tiny little go here at 382, right? This was the main one that it was looking for.
Yep.
Okay, so
Yep.
okay, here's the rule sets, right? Go with the trend always. Okay.
Yep.
And I don't recommend that somebody new puts their order in like what I do and take 20 points out of it. Now I do that, right? But that's hairy, right? You've got to really give yourself a very big convincing story as to why you would want to be buying that after look how vicious it is,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's like you're standing in front of a freight train. Yep.
Yeah.
So always go with the trend, sell, in this case, sell the pullback, okay? If you're going to counter, wait for the reversal signal. Yep. Okay. If you come into a huge confluence area, you can put your order right in the middle of it, okay?
Yep. Okay.
All right, they're the rules, okay? Don't trade breakouts. Forget about it, all right? Because every time I try and trade a breakout, I get it wrong. Because the reason for that is that you're always coming in way too late. That's the reason.
Correct.
Yep, you agree with
Yep.
me. Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right, let's go to the next ones. And this one's just way too late as well, right? I think you've got a problem with patience. You're not patient enough. Are you getting distracted?
I think I'm just starting a bit late in the day
Okay,
as well.
because you're coming
So,
in at what, 7, 8 o'clock or something?
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but you don't have to trade the second you sit down.
Yeah.
Okay? Right, so you just sit there for half an hour. Don't, even if a trade looks like it's done, sit there for half an hour. Okay? You've got to sit there for at least three hours during the day anyway. Okay?
Yeah.
Through a session. All right, so I need you to follow those rules that I've just spoken to you about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next, show me what you've got.
So the next one.
When did you?
Was this one? I
Yeah.
took that as a double bottom,
Yep.
but it didn't get to my.
Yeah, we've got an aggressive sell going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're counter trend trading it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think. Yeah. We're not looking at the big picture over here. Where are we here? Yeah. I mean, that's pretty aggressive to the downside. It's good. It's just got to roll more. Even if you got that wrong, right? Really, we want to be looking at what's going on over here on the 15, the 15 and the 4 hour before we start mucking around here. Because even though, I mean, that's really not a really nice double bottom. Okay, it's tiny. It's tiny. Okay, and you've got momentum is downwards again, right? What we want to do is we want to see a double bottom here. Okay.
Yeah.
we want to see something huge. I mean, you've got it. You're just probably a little bit too early. It's got to wind itself out some more. Okay. Because when you've got high momentum, it's going to take a lot longer to to start the accumulation. Okay.
Yeah.
They've got to get rid of it, because only the really tiny guys are trading these small signals. Okay.
Yeah.
All the big players, they're over here, 15-minute charts. Okay. So if it's not obvious on the 15, then let's not play it on the
I think I did see this candle.
Yep.
But obviously.
But that's
this
later.
Was the double bottom candle. This one.
Yep.
But that's a bit later.
Sorry, that's much later. Let's go to it.
Yeah.
There's your double bottom candle. I'm talking about over here, but look at the cursor, right?
Yeah.
So this is here. There's your V-shaped reversal. There's a head and shoulders, right?
Yeah.
So even if you got that wrong, right, you still got another opportunity here. I mean, you're in the right spot, okay?
Yeah.
But look at this, the H&S here. Yep.
Yeah.
That's an H&S all day, every day of the week, right?
Yeah.
So don't be scared that, if you do get it wrong on one, let's go in again over here. Yep. 1:1, something like that.
Yep.
And you would have got it. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't see that head and shoulders until now.
Yeah. So when you get a losing trade, don't switch off. Okay?
Yep.
It's just a losing trade. You just got your timing wrong, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And inherently as well, if we go over here, I'd probably just take that to the 200 period moving average. So there's 26 points there. You lost 17 there. So let's just call it a 10-point day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So you're here to make money, not to just take one trade and then forget about it.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Next.
So this one.
Very good. Excellent. You identified the divergence. Yep. Here. Yep.
So this one was fine. This trade went well, but I got out of it prematurely, like we were discussing earlier.
Yep.
Because I saw the AV gap here.
Yep.
But then
you can be assured that the AV WAP here might not be respected that much when you're up high. So we're up the tops. Yep. So we're at the upper level, and you've got a much bigger reversal signal. So that's an ending diagonal. Okay. All right. So you what we want to do is potentially just in control, go down to the daily VWAP, right? The target, and then your trigger, your alert down here to bring the stop to break even, and then just leave it, forget about it. Go watch TV. Yep. And that would have been a nice 50-point run. That's what we want to do, because I'm sure what would have happened is, you're really wanting that win, so you're going to sacrifice system R or your R multiple because of it. Yeah. Okay. And then this next one.
This next one, I think I made a mistake.
Yeah.
Here,
Well,
I didn't draw the Elliott wave.
Yep. That's all right.
And when I drew it, I realized.
Well, you've come in late. You've come in late on this.
Correct.
Okay, so first, let me talk. First touch. Okay, if it's going to touch a second time and a third time, it gets weaker and weaker.
Yeah.
Okay, coming in on a third touch, no way. Right.
Yeah.
We've got the reversal. We're coming off the tops. Yep. coming out of these tops. So that's I mean, if you wanted to, yes, trade here, first touch. So this goes over here, okay? Depending on where you put your stop, you might have got stopped on it, okay? And here's the next part of the art is where do you put your stop, right? Because there is usually some overhang that happens. What time is this? Yeah, that's 10:30 news in there as well, so that's why it's probably whipping around. So, and that's 10:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Time I'm talking about, which is 8:30 news in the US. So, first touch, okay, not third. Yep, so that's the next rule that you need to write down. Trade the first touch only. Okay, next. Oh, you were going to say something about this?
Yeah, so if I would have identified this as a C point, I probably wouldn't have gone.
Right.
I would have
so you've done it in retrospect.
I didn't want to go back out, and I drew the fib level here, and that was exactly on the 0.32.
Yep. Well, I'm glad that you've recognised the. I mean, that's Elliott wave for sure. Good count as well. But you've put this ABC corrective afterwards, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, it's a learning lesson. There you go.
Yep.
Okay. Good. You've gone with the trend, which is great.
Yeah. In this case, I moved the stop loss to 0 to break even.
Yep. We need to. This is hugely vicious, right? So that's not a good idea. This one.
Yeah.
Okay. That was a good idea. That's not a good idea, especially the length in which you want it to go back up. Great. So we've gone deep into the SR level. We've got trend line in there, double bottom. So that's a good trade. Good execution. Right, you've come out at a smart place. You've gone in at that double bottom. I remember this one.
Yep.
And there's your next trade over here. Look how perfect it is. I mean, God damn it, that is sexy as. Look at that. Sell there and then hold it back down to the 200 period moving average. You would have cleaned up. Okay, cool. Yeah, a bit tricky, this one, because it seems like it wanting to get out of that SR, doesn't it? But we are at the lows, yeah? We're back at the lows, so thinking long is probably a good idea. You see here, this is like a really wide time divergence. So if we go there, and here, that's divergence, and this is part of this trend line in here. Yep. But see how that's a V-shaped reversal, and then here, this is your trade. This is definitely your trade, and this was probably too early in the day for you because that was before the open. But that there, so penetration. You're at the lows. You've got the support of the trend line, and then there's a trade, the retest of the VWAP up in there. I think Pete got that one. But he didn't hold on to it. I went short there, and then I went long here. See that's a 1,000 period, so that's a 5-minute chart, so I did a retest of it and went back up. So you haven't done anything yesterday?
No.
Are you at work? Yeah. Okay, alright. Well, there you go, my man. I think you've got some rules there, mate.
I do.
Okay, I've got this recorded, so if you need to watch it, rewatch it, so you can listen. The more you listen to me crap on, the more it will sink in. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. I'll see you next week or something.
Yeah, next Friday.
Okay. All right, mate. See you later.
Right.
Bye.
See you.